Hey guys, my name is Cass Jerome, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to contour your nose. Step 1, apply your base. I have foundation and concealer on. The foundation I'm using is the NARS foundation in Candiz. And so now we're gonna go on to cream contouring. I use cream and then I set it with the powder. So I'm just going to draw a line up the side of my nose and on the bottom of the tip of my nose and on the top of it. Should look like that. Okay, so with my beauty blender, that is disgusting, I'm just gonna blend that into my nose. Next, I'm just gonna take a little bit of concealer and go down the bridge of my nose to clean up the line that I made with the contour. I find that doing this with a beauty blender is kind of hard because it blends it so widely. So I like to do it with my fingers to get a more precise highlight. Okay, so next it's time to bake. I bake my face every day because I'm insane. We love a nice little natural look, you know? We love a nice little soft, gentle glow, but these days I prefer the caked on matte look. So I'm just drawing a line where my nose naturally is contoured, and I am fanning out the powder using the Anastasia banana powder. Sorry. Blacked out for a second there. I generally also like to go under the nose here. So now we're gonna wait for around a minute to 2 minutes. The banana powder is kind of intense, so if you don't want to look gray, either get another powder that is actually for your skin tone, or just don't wait a really long time. Either way. Okay, it's been 2 minutes, so I'm gonna take this off now. I like to do pressing motions into the skin instead of swiping it off, because sometimes I feel like you kind of just make it look really streaky. Okay, so I did the rest of my face, and now we're gonna move on to powder contour, which really is the part that you need to learn. So the powder that I use is this Anastasia bronzer. It is the powder bronzer in Mahogany. It is a little bit red on my skin, and I ordered a different kind of powder to see how that's gonna work, but this is what we have today, and this is what we're gonna use today. I use a very small Morphe brush. This is the M506 brush. I find that if you use a smaller brush, the precision is just much better and you get a better result. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna basically trace the cream contour that you initially put down. Very light dabs into the product initially. You can go as hard as you want later. You just kind of want to put down a nice sketch of what you're gonna do without being very heavy-handed. So I'm just lightly tracing the natural contour of my nose. So next I'm going to take the product on the tip of my brush, and I'm just going to tilt my head back, and I'm going to contour just the edge of the tip of my nose. You're gonna be more heavy-handed on this because you want to provide a shadow on the bottom of your nose. You can absolutely stop here. This is great, but I like to take it a little bit further. I like to make my nose look a little bit more turned up, I guess. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, again, take the product very lightly on my brush, and I'm going to basically make a circle around the tip of my nose, if that makes sense. So what I like to do is I like to rest the brush on the tip of my nose, and then I know that that's where I have to contour. It shouldn't be a straight line per se. When I say circle, I mean it has to be kind of rounded if you want that button nose effect. Sometimes I accidentally make the line a little bit too thick, but you can kind of clean that up with the highlight, which is what we're gonna do next. That's the final step. So after this, I kind of like to intensify the lines. Usually I blend everything out once I put all the product on. It's kind of easier that way. So next, I'm going to blend out the sides of my nose because the line is very harsh. I'm just gonna take that same brush that has not a lot of product on it, and I'm gonna do circular motions down my nose. This is gonna create a shadow. You also like don't want to turn to the left or the right and have people see like a huge ass like brown line down your nose. That's not the cutest. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to highlighting. This is the highlighter brush that I use and have used for the longest time. It is a Real Techniques brush. It's broken. She's seen a couple years. I really encourage when doing your face makeup or even like your eyeshadow to use small brushes. You get way more precision. With blending, you can definitely use bigger brushes, but I would say with things like this, smaller brushes definitely go a long way. You know exactly where you're placing your product and you can do it in small amounts rather than putting a lot on and then feeling kind of overwhelmed. So I'm just gonna dip in. I'm gonna create my little nose highlight. And then next, this is the crucial step. This is when you kind of like thin out that brown line that you put on fully your nose. I'm gonna be able to erase parts of it if I want it to be thinner. Usually when I'm done putting on my highlight, even though I said it was the last step, I like to go in one more time in the middle to make sure that there is a definite line between the tip highlight and the nose bridge highlight. It's important. And so that is how I contour my nose, you guys. I hope that was informative. I don't know if a lot of that was intuitive. It took me a really long time to learn how to contour my nose. It was something that I saw people do a lot on YouTube, and I just didn't really know how to do it for my own nose. It takes a lot of practice, and everyone's nose shape is different, so obviously you'll have to like alter it to how your nose looks, and that's obviously fine. Don't feel pressured to change the way your nose looks or contour it in a certain way. Trends change all the time. I never contoured my nose until like recently, and I probably will decide to do it a different way in a couple months. Trends change. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you want to see more of me and the looks that I do, please feel free to follow my account. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you soon. Bye!